Harmy hearties, welcome to day 13 of the Makeshift Marblympics. It's time to hoist anchor and set sail for our next event. Sailing. If any of these scurvy sea dogs wants to get their hands on our booty, they'll have to make their way through one of 4 heats, then the semi-finals and the final. Each race has 3 laps of the 7 seas, with the top 2 going through. Our marbles hoist the colours aboard their ships. And for those of you hard of sight, we've got India in the black, Ethiopia in the green, Uzbekistan in the green and white, and Australia in the blue. Uzbekistan and Ethiopia looking ship-shape at the moment. Australia looking a bit squiffy. I reckon he's been at the rum. But it seems to be working for him as they move up to 2nd place. Ethiopia desperately trying to hold off India. And Australia now making a move for the lead. But Uzbekistan hold on to it going into this final lap. A bit of a gap now between 2nd and 3rd. But do we have any surprises in store? Australia take the lead. And they crossed the line to book their place in the semi-finals. Uzbekistan have hit a bit of trouble there. Seem to be caught up in the wind. India and Ethiopia ready to come a-plundering. But Uzbekistan turn it round to snatch qualification. Ha-ha! Next up we got Canada in the pink, Japan in white, China in black, and Great Britain in blue. It's plain sailing for China so far, making this look easy. But the rest aren't far behind. Though it looks like Great Britain have been taking on a bit of water on board. I hope they haven't sprung a leak, or they may soon be shark bait. China's got themselves an unassailable lead now. Get it? Unassailable. And Canada's separating themselves from the group as well. Hang on, let me go and get me shipmate whose voice is a bit less gruff. Ahoy there, where be we up to? It looks like we be up yon by them finish line there. And it's China and Canada past the line to book their place in the semi-final. Great Britain finishing 3rd, and Japan are half a furlong behind. But they makes it to the finish line, and it's all over. All over for this race, and all over for Japan. Next up we got Tuvalu in the yellow boat, South Africa in the red, those landlubbers Vatican City in the blue, and USA in the white. Ooh-ar, South Africa clearly enjoying themselves there, showing off to the cameras a bit. And why not? They've got a fairly comfortable lead, which they're extending. And shiver me timbers! Old Davy Jones seems to have had his way with USA. Another fine piece of treasure for his locker. I must say I did notice earlier they were taking on water. And clearly didn't get a hold of it. Well, that does increase the odds for the other boats. But Tuvalu have got a lot of catching up to do if they want to make the most of it. Just 1 lap to go then, me lovers. It's there for the taking for South Africa. Vatican City looking comfortable too. And it looks like Tuvalu are beginning to struggle. Getting a bit caught in the wind there, doing a bit of a flip round. Though Vatican City do a few turns themselves and get stuck on that island. Can Tuvalu close the gap? Vatican City get themselves unstuck, so it's too little too late for Tuvalu. Our final heat sees Russia in the red boat, Colombia in the yellow, Brazil in the green, and Kenya in the white. It's a pretty close race so far. Kenya fall behind a bit, but they've got the inside lane and they regain the advantage. But Brazil getting away from the rest of the pack. It's anyone's race for 2nd at the moment. And as they come through onto the final lap, things only get closer. Kenya managed to sneak in front. Can they keep this up all the way around? They're struggling with Russia on the outside. Can Colombia make a move on the inside? I think it's going to be close between Kenya and Russia. But blow me down, they get caught in the wind. And that allows Colombia to sneak through for second place. Russia finally get the better of Kenya, but that doesn't matter now because they're both out. That USA team have been fished out from their watery grave, and the president has decided to recognise them for their heroism. Lucky them. Well, I think that's quite enough of that. Back to the racing. Australia take an early lead. Of course, they're sailing on the Marble Polo, the fastest on the sea. Canada and South Africa aren't giving up though. Colombia, on the other hand, seem to be stuck on the island. Alas, perhaps they be looking for treasure. They managed to get themselves loose. I think it's safe to say they've lost all hope in this race. With Australia way out ahead, the real battle here is between Canada and South Africa for second place. Fire ho! Australia have just finished. Canada leads slightly, but South Africa on the inside, and I think South Africa have taken it. Let's look at the action replay. And no! Canada hold on by a stern. We'll be seeing Australia and Canada again in the final. But who will join them from semi-final 2? Vatican City, Uzbekistan, China, or Brazil? You'd be a daft scallywag to bet on Brazil. They've got caught on the island before they left the start line. But avast mateys, they've got going, and they've got going quick. They're all fairly evenly spread now and not too far apart. And Brazil just keep on going. They move on up to second, and they're challenging China for their lead. This really is wonderful sailing from all 4 of our teams here. I just can't believe how close it is as we approach the finish line. Anyone can reach the final at this point, but it looks like China's going to be the first to book their place, and they do. But I can't tell who came second between Uzbekistan and Brazil. It's not the first time it's come down to a photo finish between these two, but I think it is the first time that Brazil have got the better of it. Congratulations to them who reached the final along with China. And here she be, the big event. Canada, China, Brazil and Australia float it out for the gold medal. We can see some of these boats are carrying a bit of damage. Canada's hull is pretty wet, while Brazil's sail is flopping over. That was a fairly quiet first lap. They're going to have to stir things up a bit if they want to take that gold from China. And that's exactly what Canada do. Australia picking up the pace now as well as they pass Brazil. And now they set their sights on China and Canada up front. And all 4 of them getting pretty close now as we go into the final lap. China really going for it here, pushing Canada and Australia either side of them. And that might be their downfall, as their battle with Australia allows Canada to break away to get first place, while Australia win that battle for second. And finally Brazil slump over the line looking pretty disappointed. No medal for them today. So it's Canada, Australia and China picking up their pieces of 8. Congratulations to China on winning their first medal of these games. To Australia as well, who have found some good form lately, but special congratulations to Canada, who win an amazing 3rd gold medal. Here be the final results from today's event. And this is what that does to the overall points table. With that impressive 10-point lead USA created at the last event, immediately being slashed to just 1. Ooh-ar! Thank you for joining us. We hope you loved our sailing. I'm off to give my throat a rest, ready for our next event, dressage. See you then.